They say that I'm on the road, maybe I just lost it. These nights keep on taking toll, find me out here on my own.
Morning! Today I'm going to do a spend a day with me video. So it's 7:30, I'm just heading over to the yard. I'm just on my way over now. And I've already done a morning routine video, so I'll just do a brief explanation of what I'm doing, but I won't go into detail. And then I'll show you what I do with the rest of my days. So I've just come onto the yard this morning. Got all the horses here. So first thing to do, hello princess. She's having a stretch, look. She has her daily stretches. I'm just going to hay everyone and then I'll get mucking out. Everyone is hayed, everyone is happy. So I'm gonna crack on and quickly get mucking out. I've got 6 to muck out today. Mum will do bliss and then I can get riding. Hello, big man. I've got my first 2 mucked out up the top of the yard. And I'm going to tie Olive up while I muck her out. I'm going to pop her outside. Her stable's a bit messy today, so it's easier just to take them out their stables. Hello, princess. It's about 10 o'clock, just before 10. Yard is done over there. You can see the yard over there. And I'm just in my car heading off to the baker's to get some breakfast. And then I'll get riding.
Newsroom, I'm Amy Stubbs. The government says a 1% pay rise for NHS.
It's now 20 to 11. I've had breakfast with Mum and we've also arranged all of our schedules for this year for the unaffiliated shows and sent them off, so the entries for them will be open soon. So now I'm going to head out and start working horses and stuff. Well, that went out the window. It's now about 11 o'clock. I've just been organising some paperwork, replying to emails and messages regarding shows in the business. Mum's taken the dog for a haircut, so I've been here sorting stuff out. It's chaos, but it's now about 11 o'clock, so I am going to try and head out and start getting some horses worked. Well, it seems that didn't go to plan again, but I am heading out now. I'm literally have had to walk away from, I need to get my coat, I've had to walk away from the the iPad and the diary and the paperwork because there's just so much going on. So anything else is going to have to wait till later because I'm off to ride. Just a quick bit of info for anyone that is in the Suffolk, Essex, Norfolk direction. All our unaffiliated dates are now out for the year and they're posted on our Facebook page and on our website, and all the entries are open for them. We look forward to seeing loads of you here this year. I'm going to ride Iris first today. I've got some just really simple exercises set up in the school that I will show you and talk you through when I take her out there. Iris is in her Cyclosage massage rug. I like to put this rug on all the horses before their work because I think it helps loosen off their muscles and prevents injuries. It's a great piece of equipment that I have been using for years now. Well, that didn't last long. So back to the diary. I am heading back out. Iris has got the massage rug on now, so it doesn't really matter that I've kind of come back to the house for 10 minutes. Just letting her chill with that before I tack up. I'm taking the diary and a pen over to the yard with me, and then I don't have to keep coming back to the house. You can see that it's very full on here. There's always stuff going on, and obviously at the moment with things opening up and all our entries and stuff opening, it's been even more chaos than normal. So yeah. I've had the massage rug on for about half hour now. I'm just going to tack her up. She's got her Femwick liquid titanium mask on that helps chill her out, and yeah, I'm just going to stick some tack on her. This is all tacked up and we're just heading down to the arena, much to her disgust. Come on. I know what we're spooking at, but we're clearly spooking at something. She's a very pretty girl. You always ride Iris first, you've probably noticed by now on my Instagram and stuff, but she's always the first one to be ridden. She goes a bit stir crazy in her stable. So yeah, as long as she's done first in the morning, then it chills her out a bit, and quite often if I've got time I'll do her again in the afternoon, so she gets ridden twice in a day. All my horses do get warmed up and cooled off around the car park, so when I get on them I take them all down the horse walk and around the car park, and same once I finish working them. It's really important to make sure the horses are warmed up well enough before they start work, and equally cooled off well enough before they go back in their stables. Iris absolutely loves her trips around the car park. She gets so excited when she knows she's coming around here. I don't really know why, but yeah, she clearly loves it. And we've had quite a bit of rain. Normally I would be riding in the grass arena when I can. I just think it's something different for them and keeps them fresh, but we've had a bit of rain. It's a bit slippy at the moment, so we're back to riding in the lovely warm-up arena. I can ride in the main arena, of course, but I don't feel the need to. I've got exercises set up in the warm-up arena that I can do. We're back up to the arena. I've, as you can see, just got a few really simple exercises set up, so I'm just going to wander around in here for a minute and go up to each one, just explain what they are. So the first one, as you can see, I've got one little cavaletti here and one there. They are simply, I can ride them on a curve, I can turn back to them, I can do circles, or I can come along straight to them. And it's just very simply to get the horses waiting and listening for me, keeping a level stride all the way to it and after it. I've got two poles there on a V. They are to do flying changes over, so I can come around the corner and ask for a flying change over the pole. All my horses are capable of doing the flying changes without poles, but I think it's still nice just to keep it established. Next, I've got two canter poles set up here. They are set 3 yards apart, and again, it's just simply go straight down the middle. I need to keep them straight over these poles, so they're working nice and straightly. They're not falling in or out through their shoulder or swinging their bum sideways. And again, I can dictate which leg they land on from the poles. Lastly, I've got a little cavaletti set up here with a pole either side at 2.5 yards, both before and after. This again is just simply to make sure the horses are waiting both before and after the fence and using themselves correctly. So all these little exercises are so simple and easy to set out. You can do them in any size arena, but they're really beneficial to both myself and the horses. So we're just having a little trot round to warm up and loosen off a bit, and then we'll do some canter work and then start with the exercises. She did work really hard yesterday, so I'm not going to do too much with her today, maybe half hour, 40 minutes. She is now on a long grain where she's been working straight and pushing from behind, and she's just been so relaxed in both her walk, all her walk, trot and canter. Really happy with how she went. She's gone through all these exercises beautifully. I've done lots of bending and circles and serpentines to get her soft and relaxed. She's quite a tense, hot-headed mare, so it's very easy for her to just get fixed and just not work properly. So I'm very happy with how she's worked today. I'm just going to take her for a walk off around the car park now, and then I'll get on my next one. You can tell how hard she worked today. She's now walking off on the loosest rein, really relaxed, whereas you saw her at the start of my ride, how she was very upright and marching along. She's a very good girl. Hopefully she'll only need one ride today, because it is about 12 o'clock now. So yeah, I'm hoping I won't need to get her out again later, because I've got a yard full of horses to work. Iris is now untacked. I'm just going to quickly skip her stable out again and get it ready for her to go back in, and then we'll move on to the next horse. Her stable was immaculate. Maybe she was in there 2 hours between mucking out and me riding her, and this is the state she gets it in. Just had a quick tidy up, ready for her to come back in. She's got some hay in the corner, she's got her treat ball and obviously fresh water. The next one to be ridden today is Saf. As you can see, she is looking unbelievably well at the moment. She's gonna have the massage rug on now, and I'll give her a brush, pick her feet out, put boots on, etc., and then I'll tack her up and ride her as well. Saf's had feet picked out, boots on and tail brushed, so I'm just gonna run to the tack room and grab her a girth and a bit to change onto this bridle, and then I'll tack her up. Saf's tacked up on her way down to the arena. She's a little bit fresh because she had yesterday off, but she's going to do the same exercises that Iris did today. Yeah, she's going to do the exact same exercises, so I'll take her for a walk around the car park to warm up, and then I'll get working. Next up is Saf with her crazy mane. She's just heading for a walk around the car park now. I need to sort her mane out. I will do a YouTube tutorial video of how I cut their manes and get them all to lay flat. Saf is now in the arena, I'm going to do the exact same exercises with her that I did with Iris. It just really works on getting them soft and flexible and giving flexion and bending and relaxing, and there's so many benefits to such simple exercises like this. The same goes with Saf that went for Iris, just a gentle little trot round, nice loosen off just on a loose rein, just let them stretch and soften up before we start actually working properly. You can see she's lovely and relaxed here on a nice loose and gentle rein, which is really nice to see, especially after she's had a day off yesterday. That worked really nicely today. Unfortunately there's no videos of them working, but I'll try and get some videos of Olive. I know Mum wants to come out and have a ride on Olive as well, so I'll try and get some videos of that for you. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with how she works. With her, I just worked on taking off and landing on the same lead. She's very good at changing leads, but sometimes struggles to stay on the same lead, and also cantering down the long side and stuff. So she actually worked really well, and I managed to do lots of exercises to keep her on the same canter lead. And I'm very happy with how she works. So she's quite sweaty, so I'm just going to give her a nice walk off. I'll probably take her around the car park twice because I did work her hard. Just give her a little bit of extra cooling off time. Just heading back to the stables, and I think I'm going to go in and get some lunch. It's about 1:30 now. While I've been doing the horses, I've also been answering a lot of phone calls, replying to some emails and messages as well. So yeah, I mean, the phone never stops going, so it's really busy all the time. Yeah. But yeah, so it got to the point, rather than just keep going back to the house, I've brought the diary over to the yard, which makes it a bit easier. It's all untacked, washed off and had a brush and ready to go back in her stable. And yeah, I'm going to head to the house to get some lunch quickly, and then I'll come out and do Olive and Benny. Jaggy is going to have the day off today because he worked really hard yesterday. So yeah, I've got not too much to do today, luckily. Mum and I did a lot of paperwork and admin work, making sure we've got schedules, judges and course builders organised for our BS shows. So it's now 2:45. Olive has the rug on, ready to be ridden. You can tell we also got Jaguar and Blissing from the field, so you can probably tell that I'm not particularly getting through the horses very quickly. Normally I would be getting through them a lot quicker, but today there just has been one of those days that there's loads of other stuff that needs doing. So yeah, I mean, the horses are all getting work, that's all that matters. It doesn't really matter what time of day. I usually like to get them done in the morning. Unfortunately that just hasn't happened today. I'm not sure if you can see, but the smoke over there was the neighbours are having a bonfire, so it was a minute ago blowing straight across the warm-up. So I'm going to ride Olive in the main arena instead of in the warm-up, and so I'm just heading over there quickly to set up a little exercise to do on her in there. I'm not necessarily going to jump around a course or anything, but I will have just a couple of really simple things set up to work on adjusting the canter and making sure she's going off my leg. So I've just got this very simple exercise up, just 2 cross poles, reasonably big cross poles to keep the horses nice and straight, but a very straightforward exercise. It would usually ride a 6 stride distance from the brown to the red and green. Because the fences are smaller, it will probably ride naturally on a 7, but I'm going to work on adjustability in the canter, so I'll go 6, 7, 8 and possibly even 9 strides up this distance to make sure she's really coming back to me when I ask her to. Olive has been brushed, feet picked out, boots on, and she's nearly finished with the massage rug, so I'm going to pop some tack on her in a sec. I've had a lot of people ask me about her because many people have noticed that when I do jump exercises on her, I wear brushing boots, whereas obviously normally you'd wear tendon boots. But she's so careful that she never hits a fence or anything, and even if she did, brushing boots would, get the same effect. She's just so careful. She really doesn't need to wear tendon boots or young horseback boots or anything. She just wears standard brushing boots. It's 3 o'clock. I'm just heading out to the arena with Olive. It's Bliss. So pretty. Yeah, so she's just heading down to the arena, and I'm gonna hop on, take her for a walk around the car park to start off and go from there. So Olive, because she's a bit older, she's been around the car park twice for her warm-up. Now we're just trotting around on a nice loose rein and spooking to warm up, and then we'll get going. It worked really nicely. I did that really simple exercise with her just over the cross pole, and she actually nearly jumped me off a couple of times because she was jumping so well. And to finish off, I just jumped around a little course of about 1 metre just to keep a little bit of jumping fitness there. Unfortunately, there aren't any videos of it, but yeah, no, I'm really pleased with how she worked, and all is good. Next up today is Benny. He's just having the massage rug on at the moment before he's worked, and then I'm going to give him a little jump today, so I'll show you how he is. I'm really excited to jump him. He's so much fun. Here are just a few clips of Benny warming up today. As you can see, his flat work is really coming along nicely. He's really starting to soften and relax and open up, which I really like to see. I am really pleased with how he is coming along. Like I say, he's got such lovely paces and he's such a nice horse, so it's really nice to see him developing. Something I think is really important when you're warming up is shortening and lengthening the canter. So you can see there he's on quite a short canter, and then I put my leg on and extend the canter stride a little bit. I don't go overboard on it and chase him along too much, but it is important just to make sure they're responding and going forward and coming back to you as you ask. So you can see that sometimes they have a bit of more forward canter, sometimes I've got a bit of a steadier canter, and yeah, that's just a really important part of my training with the horses. Now he's nice and warmed up and ready to start jumping. He had already jumped a couple of smaller fences, and this was his first time coming to the one with fillers. As you can see, he really has got a beautiful jump. He's really starting to use himself. So after that, he jumped it so nicely that I carried on around the course. So down here, it's a 5 strides, but I asked him just to wait for me a little bit and go 6, which he did really nicely. It's important that younger, greener horses don't run down their distances. They need to learn to wait for you. So I just asked him to go 1 extra down that distance. Jumped that really nice. And then on this corner, I got him back and asked him to change, which he did, changed really nicely. So back around the corner to the water tray. I didn't want to be too forward to the water tray, so I just had a nice canter to it, and he actually jumped it really nicely straight over it, which I really liked. You can see just how much he absolutely loves his job and how he wants to get to every fence. Back down to the double, you'll see at this double I have a ground line in front of both parts. I like to train them with ground lines in front of their doubles, as it encourages them to jump well into them and also make a nice shape coming out, which he actually jumped it really well. So back round to this oxer, I put a cross pole in front of it. It just helps him to keep straight down distances. And then this was a 6, but again I asked him to wait and go 7, which you can see he did. I travelled forward for a couple of strides, steadied for 2 or 3 strides, and then put a bit of leg on and just got to the fence really nicely. So down here was a 3, so a little bit of leg to jump down there on the 3, which he jumped really well, and then steady up again for this last oxer. And it's important after the last fence as well that you ride them away and you don't just let them stop. As you can see, Benny really did jump out of his skin today. I'm so happy with him. He's also starting to shape up really nicely and build lots of crack muscle, which is really nice to see. I'm actually really excited for shows to start and to get him out competing. It's about 5:15. Benny is my last one for the day, so I'm just going to do the yard up now and then I'm done. So I'm just finishing up the yard for today. I've skipped everyone out, done hays, waters, put top rugs on and put their stable boots on. So the last thing to do is feeds. So I've got all of their feeds here. You can see they've all got some powder in. This grey powder here is just a joint supplement that they all have. And lastly, before I actually give them their feeds, I'm going to be putting the Netex VIP Miracle Mare supplement into Iris's feed, which is this one right there. So the Miracle Mare, it says on the tin as well, so that you guys have a little look. But it's basically a non-magnesium supplement to support mares in season, and it's got all sorts of really good things in that you can see. Really helps improve their performance, and the amazing thing is that you only have to feed it once a day. So it's really ideal if you're only, say, going to see your horses once a day if they're living out, or if they only need 1 feed a day. It also helps to eliminate any undesirable behaviours that your horses may be having when they're in season, such as being extra angry or weaving, kicking the stable, etc, etc. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this helps Iris, and fingers crossed.
They say that I'm on the road, maybe I just lost. These nights keep on taking toll. Find me out here on